welcome back to Never Famous. Please make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're gonna hop into a conversation. I saw this kid tripping out, and I thought it was real like descriptive of what's going on today in the workplace. A lot of people that are, I think I'm a little older than this guy, but I think a lot of people that are like in my age range, I would say like 18, 25, 26, maybe even a little higher than that, like kind of the things that I see in like the people that I work around and the way that they react to when they're spoken to by certain bosses and stuff like that. So let's hop into this conversation.
All right, let's see.
Can you get somebody
Just
else
check the
to?
price.
It's $5. All of this is over $5.
We asked you to check the price. You said no.
I need somebody.
I didn't say no.
Yes, you
I
did.
just said, can you get a picture of me?
Now.
And you made a big deal out of that.
Yes.
No,
Yeah, I did. I told you to get a fucking
Andrew.
picture for me. You made a big deal out of it.
listen to you, dude. You work here, buddy. You
I don't give a fuck about
Hey,
you, bro.
yeah.
So hold up. Hold up. So he's telling the customer to go get a picture of the price.
Yeah, he needed a price check or something.
So
like
that's
that.
what's happening. Oh, so he's telling the customer, go do my job for me.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah.
All
You
right.
might have to. But can you turn it up a little bit?
I just want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Yeah, because actually, no. Now that I think about it, now I don't. They were talking because if I remember correctly, they were talking about like a receipt or something like that, and it was like about the price on the receipt or something like that. Yeah, turn me up just a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of my face. Get out of my face, dude.
Andrew.
No, get out of my face.
Andrew.
Get the fuck out of here.
Andrew.
Pops.
Go.
You're
No,
done.
fuck.
Go, Andrew.
Get out of
Go
here.
sit in Matthew's office right
Yeah,
now.
get the fuck out.
Take your apron
I
off.
quit. No, I fucking quit.
Get
I
out of
quit. I
here.
don't give a fuck.
Good. You should quit.
Yeah, you can
Then I'll
kick
come
my
back.
fucking ass, bitch.
What?
Kick my fucking ass, bitch.
Are you gonna assault me?
Yeah.
Andrew,
Go ahead and
get
assault me.
out.
Go ahead and assault me. You want to go to juvenile hall, probably?
I'm
What are
not scared to go
16?
again, bitch. I'm
Andrew.
scared to go fucking again, bitch.
You
Andrew.
don't call me a dumbass fat. That guy's nuts. He's having a big issue.
Wow.
We just wanted to check a price on something.
Right.
And he just
Wow.
Can
went
you
crazy.
bring this customer out, please?
I never, ever.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a price check or whatever. That wasn't really the important part of it. It was just the way that he reacted to it. Like he snapped on him. And I had one of my coworkers quit the other day, and he said it was kind of similar to this, and I thought it was a little funny, but I also thought like on a more serious like conversation, um, I think we're lacking like a lot of accountability, a lot of maturity. We don't know how to speak to people. A
I
lot of
don't
people my
know. So
age.
like, it's funny because when I first saw, and I didn't even watch it, like you sent it, and I kind of just peeked at it on my phone. I thought the customer was being an asshole first, and then he reacted this way. But now that I sat down and I'm listening, it sounds, and once again, it kind of starts halfway through, like the customer's asking him for a price of something,
Yeah.
and then he's telling them go get a picture of what it is. So you're telling me to go get a picture of what, like the barcode or some shit, so you can look it up.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, that's the only bad thing about these kind of videos that you said they kind of start like maybe halfway through whatever this interaction actually how it actually began or whatever.
All I'm
So
gonna
it'd be
do is
hard.
like, so if I'm gonna take assumptions, so I'm gonna go with assumptions
Yeah.
of, let's say maybe the customer was being a little pushy, but it doesn't sound like the customer was cursing at him or anything
No.
based on this video. But maybe he was being a little pushy about him going and getting the price or whatever the case. I'm gonna be honest, it sounds like we're just losing the ability to communicate effectively and to think and problem solve. Like that's the one thing I'm seeing, like in the younger generation, like that's being lost, and it makes me think of while you were in school. Anytime somebody was asking something of you or an elder that you needed to provide respect to, is this the generation of I'm gonna go tell my mom if you raise your voice at me, and I don't know how to solve something on my own?
I mean, I don't think that that's what I think the generation is more this. It's not necessarily I'm gonna go tell my mom. It's more I'm gonna throw tantrums and flip out as opposed to properly communicating the way that
Yeah,
I
but
feel
you're gonna
or my
throw. That's what I
point or
mean. You
whatever.
throwing a tantrum, but what was the result of you throwing tantrums growing up? Like
For me personally, I never threw a tantrum like this per se. But whenever I threw like tantrums that were like equivalent to this, that were like me being immature, me not knowing how to speak to somebody because I just like lack that maturity or whatever. It ended up like this, like or and worse, it ends up in a bad trickle down effect of where you continue to make bad decisions and you just quit and you do dumbass shit and you end up fucked up in your day-to-day life because now, for example, this kid might not have, he might have really needed that job, but because he threw that tantrum, now he doesn't have that job. Now he got to go home and maybe tell his mom like, yo, I'm going to be late on the rent if I find a job or whatever.
So you remember, like, we had this discussion, and it's funny because I think you gave me a weird reaction, or Vinny might have given a weird reaction, where I said that young men, we cannot afford to be emotional, and we need to learn how to regulate our emotions
Yeah.
because we're not women. And when we react emotionally, it can lead up to something physical. This is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example of you not being able to manage your emotions and understand. In this moment, this is not the moment for me to blow up. This could have been, if I learned how to use my words, I could have figured out whatever the solution is. Even if he couldn't leave this station that he's at right now for any reason to go look up at the pricing, he could have learned how to communicate and be like, hey, I cannot go for XYZ reason. I'm at the register. Bear with me a few minutes and I'll get someone to help you. Whatever the case, all you have to do is use your words. Or if you're getting to the point where you are escalating, just be like, hey, I'm going to get a supervisor because I cannot help you or something. And easily just remove yourself from that equation.
Yeah, because I just think if that guy, if the customer is maybe like a little younger or like a little more in shape or something, the way that kid walked up to him, it's like, no, we both grown as men, like other, or like somebody else might have, that might have
Not
been a
even
little
younger. Even that guy is 3 times his size.
But
If
no,
he
but
would
what
have
I'm
shoved them or pushed them, then he would have been the bad guy just because of the size difference.
Yeah.
But because in this instance, and I don't know what happened, right now I'm going based off assumptions. The older man was more emotionally mature to know I cannot hit this kid because he knew the repercussions that will come will probably honestly impact him more than the kid. If
Yeah.
he would have pushed and kicked and hit him or something because he's much bigger, he's older, whatever, the cops come, more than likely he's gonna be seen like the aggressor.
No, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like after, but in this whole scenario, after he walked up to him all aggressive, what? That's why I'm like, if he would have been somebody that's a little younger or in better shape, and what I remember, like somebody that just like don't give a fuck or whatever, or like somebody like that's just a little younger that they might have just been with their girl or whatever he was, they would have whooped his ass and they would have whooped the employee's ass in that Home Depot. So it's like now he thinks that he since he didn't really face any quote unquote real repercussions from this, like something that didn't really like he might not feel like affected him like that. He gonna keep carrying himself like this. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna change until somebody either it affects him enough to where like he fucks up his life enough so he's like, damn, I gotta change, or if somebody like that older gentleman would have put hands on him, like really put hands on him, then he would. I think that's when you kind of get the lesson. Like I didn't have to get my ass whooped, but I fucked up enough times in life to where I'm like, damn, like the reason I'm in this position is because I keep fucking it up for myself. So I need to make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? And I think he'll reach at some point. At some point, eventually in life, he'll get there.
And I bet call it out too. Because you know what? I guarantee if we were to go down the list of comments on this video, you're probably putting the people that are within this generation are likely gonna say the customer was the asshole. And that it was okay for him to react that way.
When you and I first started doing this pod a few months ago, you said some shit like that was one of the conversations and that we had about the men lacking maturity, but another one was like the us lacking, like my generation lacking accountability. And the more time that goes by, I'm starting to see exactly what you mean. Because at first I'm like, man, I'm like, nah, what are you talking about? The more time that goes by, I agree with you because, like you said in the comment section, I genuinely believe that it'll be a whole bunch of people my age agreeing with this kid as opposed to seeing like, no, he's wrong. Like you're not supposed to throw tantrums like this. Especially like with an employee that's not even with a customer that's not like turning up on you. Like he's not being aggressive
Correct.
with you. He's not like over
Like,
the top.
Honestly, like he could have even just walked away from the situation and then have a conversation with his manager where he would have been like, you know what? I was about to lose my cool and I didn't want to disrespect the customer and the thing I did was walked away. He still probably would have faced some sort of repercussions. But the problem is for you to be able to know that you're about to lose your cool and step away from a situation requires you to be emotionally mature enough to know right now I'm stepping away, not because I'm being a wimp, which is what many people are thinking,
Yeah.
but it also requires him to take accountability in the moment and know if I walk away from this customer, I still need to face my manager in a few minutes when he comes ask me what happened. And just that conversation alone, he may be more afraid of that than throwing a tantrum. And in his mind, this is a cool story that he's going to tell his friends about how he quit Home Depot because a customer was being whatever. He'll paint a picture as to he wasn't at fault and make this seem like I just left and try to paint it as something good.
If you guys got a chance, watch one of our recent videos we posted up. Wokeness Gone Too Far. It's about the Delta employee that's been going viral this week. I feel like he handled that level of maturity of conversation better. Like he had a lot more emotional maturity than, for example, this kid. The guy also seems older than what this kid seems.
Yeah.
But I think that this kid needs to take a page out of the Delta guy's book and learn how to speak to people, because even with it's different, because even the customer at the Delta flight was being condescending, was being like more rude, as opposed to this guy being nicer. So you
And
can
honestly,
see how two
I'll
different
be
people
honest,
approach the
the
situation.
guy from the Delta was way more intimidating than what this kid did. But he never raised his voice.
Yeah.
So what I mean, like the fact that he kept the same tone, and then he went to a point where he was like, "Oh, I mean business," by just being serious and by being stoic in that moment. If I was the person on the other side, it's like, "Oh, this is somebody I gotta either respect and tone it down," which whoever was on the other side of the camera did immediately.
Yeah.
As opposed to, "Oh, this is somebody throwing a tantrum. I could probably put him on the floor pretty quickly if I want to."
Because I think that the guys, like, he the Delta employee, the way that he spoke was like, you can tell his energy changed, his demeanor changed, and when he spoke, he like demanded respect out of him, because it's like, either you're gonna respect me or I'm gonna kick you out. Like, this not how this is about to go.
Yeah.
So I think this is like, and I reference all these things to say that I think that my advice for this kid and people my age and younger that have these kind of like little I think this is, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that this kid probably didn't grow up with like a strong male figure in his life type shit. At least that's where I've seen a lot of the people that carry themselves this kind of way don't have strong male role models in their lives that can teach them how to handle their kind of emotions. And so that's my advice to him, man. You gotta work on your emotions, work on how to carry yourself. Because you're going to go through a lot of situations in life where shit is going to be tough. And it's like, you're going to be super mad, sad. You're going to feel all types of emotions. And you can't make the most logical decision based off of whatever you're feeling in that moment.
And I'm just going to point out, I know people keep saying we want more emotional men. I think you need to be better with your words. This is an emotional young man. You want somebody who's more in tune with their emotions, but knows how to regulate their emotions.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. Being a more emotional person for a man can be a dangerous thing, because when you react out of emotion, if you go to the wrong man, the repercussions could potentially be your life. So,
Yeah.
just keep that in mind.
So please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment. Let us know how you guys feel about this whole situation. If you guys have any advice for this young man or any other like young men and women that are shit, honestly, because it's old people that be acting like this, man. If y'all got advice for anybody that's carrying themselves like this, what you guys think they should do? If you guys think he's right or wrong, let us know in the comment section. This is Never Famous. Thank you.